Hello and welcome to Recyclist. It's Monday, March 3rd, 2025. I'm your host, Eric Provost, and this is your weekly roundup of all the biggest news stories in the world of waste, gas, and energy, presented by Diamond Scientific. First things first, and as always, let's take a quick look at the stock market and 5 stocks on the move this past week within the world of waste, gas, and energy. As of close of business at the end of last week, Waste Management was sitting at $231.40 per share. Forum Energy Technologies had reached $18.74 per share. Brookfield Renewable Corp is now at $22.29 per share. Republic Services Incorporated has enjoyed a nice boost over the past few weeks and is now at $235.56 per share. And lastly, Ranger Energy Services now sits at $16.61 per share. But moving into the news, first up, Britain's National Grid announced this past week it has reached a deal to sell its U.S. onshore renewables business to Canadian investment firm Brookfield Asset Management for $1.74 billion. National Grid Renewables, based in Minneapolis, develops and operates solar, onshore wind, and other renewable assets in the United States with 1.8 gigawatts of capacity in operation and 1.3 gigawatts under construction. National Grid expects the deal with Brookfield and institutional partners, including Brookfield Renewable Partners, to be completed in the first half of fiscal year 2026, subject to regulatory approvals. And up next, all the major waste and recycling companies are releasing their 2024 reports, but I would like to spotlight Rumpke's very quickly. In 2024, the company completed 10 acquisitions, including breaking into the Illinois market with the acquisition of sanitation services, landfill, transfer station, and hauling operations in Effingham, Illinois. Rumpke now has a total of 471 municipal service contracts, including 218 from renewables and 38 from municipalities. The Ohio-based company also announced revenues of about $1.2 billion for last year, an increase of about $150 million year over year. Bill Rumpke Jr. said, quote, "We expect to be at $2 billion in revenue in the next 5 years or so. That's easy to say, but we're going to do that." End quote. And now in the realm of wastewater, the World Health Organization recently launched new guidance and pathogen-specific summaries for wastewater and environmental surveillance, or WES. The organization's latest resources include downloadable prioritization guidance for implementing WES safely and 6 pathogen summary sheets covering cholera, influenza, monkeypox, polio, SARS, and typhoid and paratyphoid. The resources themselves are now live on the World Health Organization's website. The organization is actually inviting feedback on these documents throughout 2025. And sticking with wastewater for just a moment, soon more than 1 million Costa Ricans will be benefiting from new wastewater sanitation works. The Central American Bank for Economic Integration recently approved a $565 million loan to finance an extensive wastewater sanitation works program within the country. Projects included within the financing are 57 new pumping stations, 4 new wastewater treatment plants, and more than 159,000 household connections to modernize current systems. Likewise, the execution of this program is expected to generate 200 permanent and temporary jobs. And before we continue, just a quick reminder, Recyclist is a registered trademark of Diamond Scientific, an industry leader in gas analysis, instrumentation, and solutions. Make sure to visit them online at diamondsci.com. That's diamondsci.com, or you can even set up a personalized presentation just by calling 321-223-7500. Now on with the news. OPAL Fuels Incorporated recently entered joint venture partnerships to develop 4 new landfill renewable natural gas production projects. The company's 50% stake in the projects represents 1.5 million BTUs of annual design capacity. Jonathan Maurer, the co-CEO of OPAL Fuels, said, quote, "We are very excited about adding these 4 new projects to our RNG portfolio as we continue to scale our operations and expand our pipeline of landfill gas projects. We continue to make a real impact on decarbonizing heavy-duty trucking fleets and providing clean energy for homes and businesses." End quote. And next, AstraZeneca has opened a plant to produce biogas from organic waste that, according to the company, will ensure by the end of the year all of its research and development and drug manufacturing in Britain is powered by clean energy. The plant, operated through a 15-year agreement between AstraZeneca and UK-based biomethane producer Future Biogas, will supply 100 gigawatt hours of renewable energy per year to AstraZeneca's 3 R&D and manufacturing sites within the country, equivalent to 20% of its total gas consumption globally. The company says its switch to renewable energy in the UK is part of a broader commitment to use 100% renewable energy for all of its own operations globally by the end of the year. And up next, Loci Controls, a company that specializes in real-time monitoring and control technology for optimizing landfill methane capture, recently announced results from its methane capture project at Loess Hills Regional Sanitary Landfill. Between 2021 and 2023, the project successfully captured and destroyed methane emissions equal to approximately 229,000 metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalent. This is equal to removing more than 53,300 gasoline-powered cars from the road for 1 year. Peter Quigley, the CEO and chairman of Loci Controls, said, quote, "Our partnership with Loess Hills Regional Sanitary Landfill and Waste Connections demonstrates how innovation can drive greater efficiencies and success for landfills and downstream beneficial use of the captured methane. We're proud to support their efforts and remain committed to enhancing gas capture and operational excellence in the years ahead." End quote. And lastly, Wiltic Biopower recently completed the commissioning and handover of a dairy renewable natural gas plant in Barron County, Wisconsin. After just 4 months of construction, the dairy farm is already reportedly on pace to produce 2.36 million standard cubic meters of RNG annually. The farm currently has a herd of 3,400 head of cattle, for which the owners had previously been using an anaerobic digestion plant for the manure, saying, quote, "For years we have been using cattle manure to generate biogas, meeting our farm's electricity and heating needs, while also fertilizing our fields with digestate. With this new RNG facility, we have expanded our digestate utilization on a larger scale and now store it in our dedicated lagoon for optimal land application." End quote. And that will do it for your March 3rd, 2025 news roundup, brought to you by Recyclist, a registered trademark of Diamond Scientific. Have a great week, everybody, and we will see you back here next week for another brand new episode of Recyclist. Thank you.